Browns 0-8 at home. Just sad.
I haven't heard you this down since Dr. Brown got fired. It's a game that we were in, and it's a game that we just don't finish.
I don't want to watch anymore.
Why? Why does that happen? I'm so sick of watching those plays.
0-16.
I definitely do not want to watch it all 22.
That's up and down to me. That looks like dysfunction. Welcome back, Survivors, episode 16, season 3. This is Surviving the Season. Browns 0-1, avoiding a loss for the first time in about 400 years on opening day. I'm your host, Adam. Greg's here.
Yo, I'll take a tie. That's fine. I'm not happy about it, though.
Yeah.
It's better than a loss.
6 turnovers for the Steelers, but our offense didn't really do anything. It feels like we should have won, and it feels like we should have lost.
Defense good, offense bad, and then end the show. We're good. We'll come back next week. Good talking to you.
So we've structured this. We're going to hit some important drives here. We're going to talk about those a little bit.
Let's skip all the way ahead to the Steelers' third drive. They got the ball on the 50-yard line after another punt return by Switzer. That didn't go well. He killed us all day. I don't think our special teams has played good in any of the games combined with the preseason, and it shot us in the foot today. They started the 50-yard line. It went incomplete to Hunter, incomplete to Hunter. Garrett jumped off sides. 3rd down and 5 was the pass to Juju for 27. That got him down in Steelers territory when Ward came up with that wonderful pick, and you could see he read Big Ben's eyes on it. Do you remember that play?
Yeah. I think Ward's guy was in the flat. He left his man when he realized Ben was going to throw it to Brown, and made a nice diving catch.
Yep, and Denzel Ward had a
interception of his career. Congratulations, young man.
He had a very huge game, and that kept points off the board. They were in scoring position. They were going to get at least 3, come away with 0. That was a big turnaround for the Browns. Then we up to this point, we really hadn't got anything going. We didn't get anything really going on the next drive, so we'll skip that and we'll get back to the Steelers again. They get the ball on the 12-yard line, and they start up a drive of their own.
Garrett had his first sack on that drive after Kirksey lost Jesse James, and James broke free down the sideline for 38. Yeah, it was first down.
That's right.
And then Garrett got his first sack.
Yeah, Ben really held on to the ball there quite a bit. He's actually lucky to hold on to the ball because really Garrett tomahawk chopped down on top of it and didn't get it. Agba got hurt on that 37-yard play before, and we really didn't see much Agba the rest of the day. His snaps were limited yesterday, which was interesting.
Let me see what I got him for stat. Agba only played 27 snaps. He came back in the second half and played, but he was definitely hampered by the ankle.
Yep, so he left with that. But yeah, so Garrett had that big sack that got him to 2nd down and 13. Switzer with a 6-yard run. And then on 3rd down and 7, Ben used his feet to pick up the first. And then on that first down play, the very next one, they went with a little RPO game for 13 yards. And they kind of hit that. They hit on a couple of those. You can see they picked on BBC on a number of those where it looks like BBC thinking he has inside help, and they fake the give. The linebackers come up. This happened a lot of times last year, and Big Ben just picked them apart right behind where the linebackers were vacant, where they would vacant the that over the middle route. So, and
it's about impossible to cover Antonio Brown on that quick slant. Like, forget about
Juju.
it. Yeah.
Well, especially if you're going to shade him to the outside. He's giving him, like, if you go back and watch all those, he is giving him the inside. He's expecting help there. So I saw some people really angry about BBC's play, but to me, it looks like that's the technique that he's being taught to play there. I could be wrong, but to me, he's shading the outside. He's giving him the inside, and then when the linebacker comes up on the fake, they just throw in behind him. So that's, maybe something that the Steelers knew they were going to be able to get away with a Greg Williams defense. But that was a big 13-yard pickup. They went, next play was a screen to Brown. Yep, screen to Brown for 3, incomplete on the next play. And then on 3rd down and 7, we're rushing 3. Garrett drops in coverage. I don't know if you recognize that one.
Yeah.
Big Ben has to scramble around. He's scrambling around. Garrett's coming up now from him being in coverage in the flats, and Roethlisberger basically throws it around away. Garrett makes the hit on Roethlisberger, which is a normal tackle of any other player on the field, except you're not allowed to touch the quarterback. Flag 15 yards. Absolutely killed that drive. It would have been 4th down where they would have had to settle for a field goal there, and we get absolutely screwed by the worst rule in NFL history.
Yeah, it's apparently like the tackle's okay. You just can't like put your body weight into the quarterback. So you gotta somehow turn him to. I don't know what you're supposed to do. It's just so crazy.
So his body weight has to land on you.
Yeah,
because God forbid somebody landed on a quarterback. Oh my dear God, what would we do? They would have to call an ambulance for the poor quarterback. It's just, how could we ever let that happen to one of our quarterbacks?
It's really frustrating with a guy like Roethlisberger, because if you don't get good contact, he's going to escape. So, and then you're not allowed to give him good contact. So you're sort of screwed by, do you actually like put him down, or do you sort of half-ass it and then somehow he'll escape?
You have to quit playing football at that moment.
So frustrating.
Is the NFL harder on quarterback violence than on women violence? Let's be honest.
Definitely.
So the very next play, what does it turn into? You get your first down on the 4-yard line. What does it turn into?
Yeah,
a 4-yard touchdown run. So now you've caused a 4-point swing. Should have been 3, turns into 7. You gave up 4 points. I don't know if anybody realized this, but it was a tied game. We tied the game. 4 points is pretty important to that, and we absolutely were screwed 100% there. So they go up 7-0. We're going to answer because that's what we do. We're the Browns. We got to answer here, right? And they actually put together a nice little drive. Is there any key plays on there you want to talk about?
3rd and 17, a draw to Duke is a little boring when you're on. Maybe you want to try something there, but I don't know. You just give to Duke on the draw.
Wait a second. That's 7. Not what I. Wait, did he pick up the first down?
No.
This is a different drive than one I'm talking about. This drive ends in the Gordon unnecessary roughness.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I'm one drive ahead.
Okay, so you might need to cut that as well.
No, we'll just leave it in, and we'll just talk about the drive before. Yeah, nothing really happened. Yeah, Landry had the 33-yard catch, the one that was short.
Yes,
and he came back and played it.
Yep,
which was a Tyrod staple of the whole day, was underthrown balls.
Yeah, 100%. That was the big play that got us moving there. It was completely underthrown. Landry came back, made a hell of a catch, really. Picked up 33 yards there. Then there was a defensive holding, I think, or there was another interception that Tyrod threw, but it was on the rookie Terrell Edmonds that kept the drive going a couple plays after that. And we get down to 3rd down and 6, and I believe we are on the 33-yard line, and we run a shovel pass to Landry. He gets 0 yards. The only reason I think they run that play there on 3rd and 6 is because they think they're going to go for it on 4th down from the 33-yard line. Or you're still in field goal position. It's 50-yarder. Conditions are bad. I'm thinking that's 4-down territory. That seemed like
maybe you can pick up a few yards. Maybe he gets the first down accidentally. Yeah, it was a weird sort of executed play. Again, the Browns can't execute a screen, a shovel. There's so much poor execution in the short pass game.
Yeah, it was a tough game for screens. It's been a tough preseason for screens. But so that seems to be where they would be in 4-down territory, or they would kick that field goal, like I said. But there's an unnecessary roughness flag on Gordon, which seemed to come from maybe blocking a guy. It seemed like a phantom flag. Don't know where that came from. Don't know how they called it. They showed the replay. I saw nothing that looked like unnecessary roughness. but who knows? Maybe there was something there that they didn't show on the telecast. But that takes us out of field goal position, takes 3 more points or a chance to go for a first down there off the board for us, and we end up having to punt instead. So that was a killer by Gordon on that play.
Yeah, who still hasn't been targeted in 4 drives.
Right. And then so we punt, and then that's the very first play that Ben just chucks it 60 yards looking for Antonio Brown deep, way overthrows him. Randall makes the interception. Randall really should get some yardage out of that, but turns back into Antonio Brown on the interception and really makes no yardage after it, but makes a nice over-the-head catch on the ball.
Yeah, and then that's the drive that I had just mentioned where they started from their own 28, picked up a couple first downs, got around midfield, 3rd and 17, not much time on the clock for the half, maybe 2-3 minutes, and then they just give it to Duke on the draw play.
Yep.
And then punt. I don't know. Would you want to see a riskier play there or try to get the first down, or are you cool with that? Just fuck it, it's only 7-0, no problem.
Yeah, well, it's 3rd and 17. I mean, they didn't. If they would have tried for 1 on the day, I would have been happy. But they really didn't try for any of those 3rd and longs.
Yeah,
to be honest.
The reason it was 3rd and 17 is Nick Chubb literally completely blew his assignment.
Yeah, good point. Good point.
Yeah, and
John Bostic got the sack on that one. Yeah. Chubb is taking the. I don't know, there's a play action there, and Chubb just needs to abandon the play action and go to the spot he's supposed to block, but he acts like, I'm going to take this play action, then I'll get over and block, and he'll learn. That'll be a learning experience. We saw a lot of rookie mistakes here. Desmond Harrison, he got off to, 2 early penalties by him, and then
2 false
there was
starts,
a number of times.
An illegal formation where he lined up too far back, and then I believe a hold.
I can't remember what they all were. I think it was 3 penalties. Maybe 3 were accepted. But he had a number of blown assignments. He got beat a couple times by Bud Dupree, so he didn't have himself a game. But undrafted rookie, you put him in a really tough spot. The Browns coaches didn't do him any favors. I'm not about to hop all over these dudes for making rookie mistakes on their first game. This is going to happen. This is why the good teams don't typically play their rookies early. Browns were sort of forced to, and not that I don't mind this. I like Nick Chubb getting some reps out there, but I also know at the same time I'm not going to say Nick Chubb's terrible because he doesn't know which way he's going on a block in his first NFL game. I understand that these kinds of things are going to happen. People need to have a little bit of patience with these guys.
Yeah.
So basically, we go into half. Was there anything before half? I'm trying to think. Ward gets one more interception on the tip pass from James. But we go into half 7-0 with basically nothing doing offensively. In fact, we were averaging 2.1 passing yards per attempt up to that point, which is just absolutely terrible.
Yeah, the offense. Tyrod looked a little bit skittish, a little confused. A lot of passes that you should make, they were off target. Just a lot of short passes that weren't even anywhere near their target. It was a rough first half for the offense.
Terrible first half. Tyrod, we had 30 yards passing. Tyrod was 5 of 11 for 50 yards, and he took 3 sacks for 20 yards. But he did have 6 rushes for 33 yards at half, so he was the leading rusher. They had 4 targets to Landry, 0, like you said, to Gordon, 0 to Callaway, 1 to Higgins in the first half. Just 1 pass to Duke in the first half. I mean, come on now. They got to improve on that. And then what do? They come out the second half, and they actually put together a really nice drive where they run the ball directly down the Steelers' throat. Did they even throw a pass on that next drive right out of halftime?
They did. It was the first play when Fells missed his block and Watt got called. Is that the Watt? Did he get a penalty on that one?
No, because it was 2nd down and 20. And then it went to, he did not get
right.
he got the sack. There was no
yeah,
penalty.
yeah,
It was second down at 20. Chubb runs a 2-yard gain, and they're basically getting ready to punt, but there's a defensive holding where the lineman grabs onto the guard or center and keeps him from making one block and getting to the second level. And that turns into automatic first down. So that was a gift on second down and 20, something that the Steelers coaches are probably absolutely going to be livid over.
Yeah. Then Landry drew his double penalty on Artie Burns.
That's
2 plays
right.
later.
Did you see Todd Haley over there yelling at Artie Burns?
Yeah.
He's screaming at him. He's screaming at him like, "Use your head, dummy. Yeah, real smart, Artie. Real smart."
I thought Peppers was going to come on the field, too. He was fired up.
Yes. Peppers is fiery, man. He is fiery.
Yeah, and after that penalty, what you just said is right. They did not throw the ball except for Tyrod's 20-yard run, which was a pass scramble for 20.
Okay, so they ran it right down their throats. I'm going to list them real quick. Hyde for 9. Hyde with a big gain. I don't even know how many yards it was because they don't tell you. The telecast was terrible for that. I don't know how many yards on second down and 1, but it was a pretty big gain. Then Hyde for 6 more. He gets spelled by Chubb for 5. Then Chubb has a really nice run. How many yards? We don't know. Telecast doesn't tell us. But Chubb on his second run was a really nice run if you go back and watch that. He runs with power. He runs with some quickness.
17 yards.
Then you had 17 yards, thank you. Then Duke for 1, and then you get the Tyrod scramble for 20 yards and the touchdown. Tyrod ran the ball very well. He just did not throw the ball worth a shit.
Yeah.
He's got to be better there. So that now brings the score to 7-7. We're feeling better in Cleveland. People are high-fiving, hugging. I'm screaming. I'm running around my house. My kids think I'm a lunatic. They look at me like, "What is wrong with you?" And the Steelers come out. They get the ball on the 26-yard line. Juju goes for 67 on one of those passes where BBC lets him go to the middle of the field. Juju catches it, races down. Randall actually slips. I thought for a second he wasn't going to make the play. That was going to be a touchdown. Would have been good for my fantasy team, bad for the Browns. They get all the way down to first down and goal. I believe it was a 7-yard line. Connor goes for 4. Then on second down and goal from the 2, he scores a touchdown, but there's a holding penalty on the center, Pouncey. That's going to move them back to... Do you recall that one? Now that's going to move them back to second down and goal from the 12, and Roethlisberger hits Hunter for a wide open TD, and there is another flag, hands to the face on Gilbert now on the Steelers. So they're going to scoot it back to the 22-yard line. It is second down and goal from the 22-yard line. If you're the Browns defensive coordinator, what are you thinking in your head? You're thinking hold them to a field goal. We come out with a blitz look playing press man with a single high safety, and we single coverage on Antonio Brown. When I saw it, I was sick. And when the play ran, I was sicker because that was Antonio Brown catching a 22-yard pass against our rookie who made a really nice play. He was right there in his hip pocket, got the hand up, almost batted it away. The problem is those are the kind of defensive calls that lose you games.
Yeah, drive you fucking crazy. Come on, Greg.
There's
Williams.
no excuse.
Jesus.
There's no excuse for that kind of call there. It's second and goal from the 22. You drop your players back. You let them pick up 6 to 8 yards on first down. You come back with the next play. They pick up 4 or 5 yards on their next one, and they kick their field goal, and everybody shakes hand, go, "Hey, we screwed up, but they got away with only getting 3. You cannot give up that. You do not leave single coverage on Antonio Brown. That was one of the worst defensive calls I've ever seen in the history of the Browns, or in just the history of football. You cannot do that. That they have to be going back, reviewing that, and saying we have to be better coaching wise. What do you expect that Denzel Ward can do there? He played it as good as he could possibly play it.
Right. Antonio Brown's just great. He's going to make that catch a lot of times.
I forgot to say my quote because when we ran the ball down their throats, we scored that touchdown. There was the best quote ever by the guy. I don't even know who was doing the game yesterday. Do you remember?
I don't know. I'm not sure.
Okay, the guy says, "Man, the Browns are looking good. Seems to me like Hugh Jackson must have said something at the half." Oh, you think so? Yes.
Was it Bruce Arians or Trent Green?
I I don't know.
Yeah,
Whoever
those
said
two.
that one, yeah, he might have. I wonder if he went in there and had some words.
Yeah. After that awesome performance on offense for the first half, he was probably just like, "Hey, good job, guys. Keep it up. Good work."
So we were feeling good. We had tied it up, and now we are down 14-7 after the very next drive.
Yeah. Then let's pick up one first down. Then let's get a sack on 3rd and 12. Perfect. And give them the ball back.
Okay. All right. Yeah,
Oh, wait. And let them return it to the Browns' 39-yard line. Let's even throw that in there.
It was another Ryan Switzer huge punt return and another Amos Jones just absolutely killing us special teams wise for the Browns. Amos Jones is the special teams coordinator for those that are not familiar. And the Steelers get the ball back at the, what did you say, 39-yard line? And it takes them 2 plays, a run to Connor for 17 and another run, or was it a catch for 22 yards?
Yeah, it was a run, I think.
Okay. Yep, 22 yards. Yeah. And they go up 21-7. People at the stadium are probably filing out at this point. There's still plenty of time left in the game, but I think it's around 5 minutes in the third quarter at this moment. And I went from jubilation just moments ago to one of, here we go again. This is what we're doing in 2018, just like we did in 2017, just like we did in 2016.
Well, just the way the offense was playing, it was like, well, if we don't answer this right here, we're going to be in trouble, because they really haven't been able to string together drives. They've got a couple first downs, but besides the first drive after half, then they came back with basically didn't gain any yardage and punted. So you're like, okay, it's 21-7. We've got to put something together.
Yep.
And we didn't.
No. In fact, David Njoku had 2 attempts to make nice plays. The one might have been slightly thrown out in front of him. Could you tell the first one looked like? Mm-hmm.
I went back to rewatch it, and Njoku comes in motion. The linebacker just blitzes from his side. Tyrod just reads the hot route and then sort of leads Njoku. And I think Njoku just sort of wanted to catch it soft where he was at and then run with it. But Tyrod sort of led him a little bit, might have put a little heat on it. And but I mean, Njoku's got to catch it. It's right. It's
okay.
Yeah. And then the next
so it was
play,
a catchable pass.
Yeah. The next play, Njoku beats their rookie safety. What's his name? Edmonds.
Yep. Terrell Edmonds.
On an out route, he's got to bring it in. He bobbled it. He probably would have caught it. And then Edmonds got his hand in there to keep it loose. If he catches it the first time, he's going to be fine. You just can't double catch in traffic. It's not going to work.
Right. Well, that one should have been a catch. 100%. That one was a drop. I was just the first one. I was like, I don't know if that pass was exactly where he wanted it to be. But the second one, 100% was a drop. So we'll skip ahead. There was nothing happened there for a few drives. We'll skip ahead. There was that punt that looked like it bounced off Chubb's helmet. Could you tell?
Yeah,
I could not tell
if it hit him.
You think it did? Dude, it was as close as it possibly could be. Very close.
Yeah,
I don't know if there was video evidence to say 100%. I mean, he made like a reflex, but maybe he just saw it out of the corner of his eye too. I don't know what to. That was not a good look, and we didn't see Callaway. That was Callaway there. That he didn't field 2 punts today, and we didn't see him after that fielding any more punts.
Yeah, that was the end of his punt returning for the day.
Yep. So, but we'll skip all the way ahead to I think it was 7 minutes 49 seconds in the fourth quarter. We're still down 21-7. We had just gone for it on fourth down and 5, and it was an incomplete pass to Landry as a bad throw. That's
when a lot of people started filing out.
Yeah, you're probably right. 7 minutes left, down by 14. Offense can't do a goddamn thing. But we have the greatest player on planet Earth that plays for us. We have the LeBron of football, okay? The king is here. The king, what does he do? He blows up into the backfield. Connor's running around the opposite side of what he does. Miles makes a big hit on him. He fumbles the ball. Peppers picks it up and is actually chased down by the fatso Ben Roethlisberger and fumbles the ball out of bounds. But before that, he touches out of bounds while the ball's touching him, so he's down at the 1 yard line. I actually thought for a second it was going to be a touchback, and if it was a touchback, I would have been jumping off the roof probably at that moment.
Yeah, it would have been Brownsy.
That would have been so Brownsy. And then Hyde punches in for a 1 yard run.
21.
Anything on the Hyde run?
Yeah. What I was real excited about the Hyde run is he should have been stopped in the backfield and made a nice second effort to get in the end zone. I think it was huge that they did not lose yardage on that play. And then you lose more clock. You lose just to knock it in there. I thought it's not going to get much attention because it's just a 1 yard run from the one, but really, really huge that they scored there. Nice job by Treader. He blocks his own guy, sees a free rusher, sticks out a paw, and just gets just enough of that dude for Hyde to be able to sneak by and then fall forward into the end zone. Impressive play for a 1 yard run. That was about as important as it got.
Yeah, so like 5 seconds goes off the clock on your drive. You're right. If they have to waste more time there, putting together a couple more plays from 1 yard line, that's going to kill them because they need the clock here. So that makes it 21-14. We kick off. First play was Juju for 17 against BBC, sort of on that. Might have been one of those slant routes again. And then they got first down, and guess who? That's right, Myles Garrett. Myles Garrett absolutely annihilates Ben Roethlisberger. Who got the recovery there? Do you know? Schobert. Schobert gets the recovery. It's, once again, the Browns' ball on the 38-yard line of the Steelers. Was that right? No, 38 yard. Yeah. Where were we at there?
Yeah.
Okay.
37. I put down 37, but it could have been 38.
Okay. And so what do we do with it there? Do you recall? Because this was
Hyde for one, and then
lost my mind.
Then you get another negative play.
Yep.
Hyde -4, -3, whatever it was. You just can't have those plays on second down.
And then now we're in 3rd and 13. What do we do on 3rd and 13?
Incomplete to Landry.
Check it down. Incomplete. Check down pass. And this is where I broke my pen. I smashed it on the ground. I'm like, this is our chance, and we just blew it. And now we're punting again.
Yeah, we get nothing out of that trip starting from the 37. You got to get something on the trip.
Yep, and we get nothing. The Steelers have to start at the 5 yard line. That was a good thing. They got really nothing going. They almost seemed like they were trying to let the clock run out more than actually go win this game. But they end up punting. Peppers gets a nice 15-yard return on his punt return. And then the Browns actually have another quick drive. It's 2 passes, one to Higgins for 38, and then Josh Gordon on the 12-yard catch where he's just getting his tiptoes in. And good throw, good catch. Well, I wish we would have got to see more Josh Gordon on this day, to be honest.
Yeah. He was only targeted 3 times, had the one catch for 17 yards. It was a 17-yard touchdown. Just what a catch, too. Took it right off the dude's helmet. That was the same. They picked on the same Higgins and Gordon, basically the same play and the same defensive back that they were picking on. Tyrod just snapping the ball and throwing it that way.
Yep. Joe Hayden. I can't believe this because Joe Hayden is known as an Iron Man, and he had to leave.
Never
with,
hurts his
the
hamstrings.
He's never had bad hamstrings in his career. So now we're 21-21. People are high-fiving. I'm running around the house. The kids think I'm nuts.
Yeah, it was 2-minute warning.
There's a whole lot of that going. Yes, it was. And then so we kick off.
They got nothing out.
Going. Yep. 3 and out, yes.
Browns are going to get the ball back with 1:29 on their own 28-yard line, 1 timeout. What do you do?
I'm probably going to run Duke for 4 on first.
Perfect. That's a great idea. Let's do that. To get the drive going.
Yep, and then we go
incomplete pass. 3rd and 6. Tyrod scrambles around all over the place, finds Landry, luckily somehow got free. Needed 6, got 8. It was actually one of Tyrod's better throws on the day.
Yeah, one of these next 2 plays, it was either that one where Landry made a really great catch or the next one when he went for 9. It was a hell of a catch. That was
also a great catch and then rolled out of bounds, I believe.
Yeah.
Is that the one on the sideline where he rolled?
Yeah, it's something like that. there wasn't too much time left on the clock because we spiked it. And the Steelers have 12 men on the field.
That's right.
If you recall.
Yeah, 23 seconds after the penalty.
Yeah, and I believe we're on the Steelers 48-yard line, right. So Steelers 48-yard line, not much time. Let's go ahead and make a big play here. We get single coverage with Gordon and Tyrod back with the underthrow, which he did quite a bit of. This was another underthrow, gets picked off, and we think we're winning that game. That's where we should have won it. At least figured out a way to get a field goal, and we end up having a turnover, which Tyrod's not known for. That
was Cameron Sutton picked that one off.
So after they were picking on him, he ends up getting the interception. Really, I mean, Tyrod just underthrew it. Throw the damn ball up to him and let Gordon go get it. That was the problem there. So now we're going to overtime.
We win the coin toss, take the ball, immediately go 3 and out.
Yeah, in fact, we had 3 drives in overtime. We went 3 and out on all 3 drives. That is some efficient offense, let me tell you. So we actually had on our second drive after we punted, it was a terrible punt, if you recall, and the Steelers actually get it on the 45-yard line with 4:31 left on the clock in overtime, and we're thinking, well, this is a loss, right? This is where we're going to lose. It went incomplete to Brown with Ward on the coverage. 2nd down and 10, Brown for 12. 1st down, Connor for 2. 2nd down, James for 10. 1st down, Connor for 4. And then 2nd and 7, Connor goes for -2. 3rd down and 9, Connor for 5. Cleveland calls a timeout. It's 4th down and 3. They got to kick the field goal, 41-yarder. It's a high snap, and the kid pulls it. So we got lucky there.
We got lucky.
That was their chance to win. We actually did get the ball back. They punted. We punted again. That was our 3rd punt on our 3rd drive. And the Steelers get it back with 1:17 on the 26-yard line. And, one more chance. Here they go. 1st down, Brown for 12. Incomplete to Juju on 2nd. And then on the next 1st down, I'm sorry, because we went Brown for 12. 1st down, incomplete to Juju. And then 2nd down and 10. Here's the guy, Jannard Avery, who we talked about in the preseason, is going to be a playmaker for this defense. What does he do? He gets in there. He makes the hit on Big Ben. Ball pops up in the air. Schobert catches it, is running down the sidelines. This should be a touchdown.
Oh, my God.
Is going to be a touchdown. We're all
the greatest walk-off in Cleveland Browns history. OT, opening week against the Steelers. Holy shit. Walk off an OT? No.
Nope. He's tackled by the center, who has no business tackling him there. If you look, was it Jannard Avery?
Well, if Avery looked, he could have blocked him.
Yes.
He could have blocked that guy. But Miles pushed him in the back and probably actually helped him tackle Schobert.
So terrible play by Miles there. Okay, I mean, I'm going to give him a pass because if it wasn't for Miles, we wouldn't even be in this game. But Miles was called for 3 penalties on the day. An offside. He's called for basically an offsides every game because he tries to jump the count so often. I'm fine with that. If he's going to keep getting the quarterback like he does, go ahead, sir, and jump offsides. And if you're going to call for a bullshit roughing the passer, look, there's nothing we can do about this. We're playing football. I want you to play football, Miles, so I'm not angry about that. Yeah. But this was a boneheaded play, and it cost us what was probably a win because then we come out, we run one play, and then we snap the ball 13 seconds, and we down it. What did you think of that, spiking with 13 seconds left on the clock to kick a field goal? Did you like leaving time on the clock? Because I did not personally like that.
Yeah, I wouldn't do it either. Also, it's annoying that they're going to lose 2 yards on 1st down. Super annoying. When you're starting on the 24-yard line of Pittsburgh, you're at like a 41-yarder, 42-yarder, something like that.
So just QB sneak it
2 yards. Like, come on, fuck. I mean, they had 36 seconds on the clock, no timeouts. So you could have tried to work the ball a little bit, but after the tackle, like you said, they kind of rush up there, and then Tyrod spikes it with 13 seconds. I don't know if that's Tyrod or Hugh. There's just no way. If this is it, if there's a bad snap and you don't get to kickoff, well, that's it. Tie, no problem. It's a one and done for me. I don't think you leave time on the clock there in case there's a bad snap and then there's a panic, or if the thing gets blocked, then you give the Steelers actually some time. What if this thing gets blocked? The Steelers pick it up. Someone runs them down. Now they have a couple seconds on the clock to either kick a field goal or throw a Hail Mary, something.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. I'm thinking the same way as you. It's one or done. If there's a bad snap, okay, and you're gonna lose yardage there. I mean, what are you gonna do? Pick it up real quick and throw it away? So I guess that could happen, but it's so unlikely. And then if you lose any yardage, you're already at a 43-yarder, and the weather's terrible. It's just gonna make it that much tougher. I say you give it one shot. You run the thing down to 2 seconds. You down it then. And then you take one shot at it. If you miss it, you miss it. Game over. You can't lose at that point unless they block it and run it back for a touchdown. But if you leave 13 seconds on the clock, it's blocked and it goes the opposite way, and they're able to pick it up and, like you said, and even move it 10 yards the other way, Roethlisberger can reach the end zone, and you're giving them a free Hail Mary to try to win the game. You absolutely can't lose the game at this point. You're either going for a tie or you're going for a win. That's the way I look at it.
Yeah, there's just no way that if there's a bad snap and the ball is loose, that Colquitt or the kicker is going to pick it up and have recognition to throw it out of bounds. They're going to get blown up, annihilated, and they're going to fumble, or they're going to throw it not far enough out of bounds. And it's going to get picked. It's just there's the chances of your kicking crew. They're just going to get the loose ball, and then they're just going to cover it, and then time's going to run out anyway.
What was the Super Bowl? What, Gary Premium or whatever his name? He played for the Dolphins. It was like Super Bowl 4 or 5. Bad snap. He picks up the ball. He tries to throw a pass. It bounces off his own helmet. The Redskins catch it and run it for a touchdown. That's what you're going to get. Is the Brownsiness that happens in Cleveland. That's what's going to happen. Either way, it's a 43-yarder. It's blocked by T.J. Watt, who had a hell of a game. Now, was the kick low? You rewatched it. I have not got a chance to see it again. Why did that happen?
So on the left side of the line, you have Bitonio and Fells. And at the snap, Bitonio gets pushed back by what I assume is his guy. And then he's trying to block Ward and his guy. But I'm not sure if Bitonio should be blocking Ward inside and Wells should be helping inside or what. I'm assuming.
Well, you always got to block inside out on field goal.
Yeah, and
so I don't. I'd have to go back and look at it.
But he does get pushed back. Watt just dives, puts his hand out, and the ball just deflects off his hand. I'm not sure if the kick was good. If it wasn't going to be good, I don't know. Maybe it was low. But
regardless,
it's definitely Bitonio is getting pushed back, and then Fells doesn't really do anything while Bitonio's basically blocking two dudes.
Right. Okay. So
something to check out in the replay. Yeah.
Okay. So it ends up being a tie. We'll get into the stats a little bit here, but first we got 6 takeaways. We had 1 giveaway. Okay. So Bill Barnwell posted something, and I think this is pretty telling. And this pretty much sums up being a Browns fan. The Browns are +5 in takeaways today. Since the Browns returned to the NFL, teams with a turnover margin of +5 or better in a game are 132, 4, and 1. The Browns are responsible for 2 of those losses and a tie. So 132 wins, 4 losses, 1 tie. The Browns are responsible for 2 losses and 1 tie out of those 137 games. That is dumbfounding. It Remarkable. Is nonsense. Yeah. I just never heard of such a thing. And it's crazy. This is what we're doing. You can't get 6 takeaways and tie a game. You have got to win this game 100% of the time. And I thought it was bad coaching decisions. I really put this game on the coaches, to be honest. I felt like you saw Greg Williams give away points on 2nd down and goal from the 22-yard line. I think that we're running out Tyrod here, who is completely ineffective. I mean, this is what we're doing. I'm not going to say, all right, this was the plan all along. Now throw Baker out there. He just probably should have been out there anyways. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Because Tyrod, it looks completely ineffective. He's going to have a chance to come back next week against New Orleans in a dome. And if he doesn't show up there, I'm pretty sure we're going to have a ton of Browns fans clamoring for Mayfield, because Tyrod can't continue to have games like this. He was absolutely terrible. You have these decisions with Desmond Harrison where you put him in terrible situations. He hasn't had much time. He made a ton of rookie mistakes, 3 or 4 flags, missed assignments. That didn't help out Tyrod.
Right.
It just
Tyrod seemed to be holding on to the ball for a while too. He's got to make a decision and stick with it.
Let's talk about that real quick. He took 7 sacks or 47 yards, and not all those sacks were on the offensive line. There was a number of those that were Tyrod's fault for holding onto the ball way too damn long.
Yeah.
15 of 40 on the day for 197 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. That's not getting it done. That's a terrible average. Absolutely terrible.
3.2 yards per pass. That's gross.
Yep. And he's just checking the ball down. This is what we talked about, man. Mayfield pushes the ball. I don't care if he's a rookie or not. He's a better quarterback at this point. You can't deny that. And we can sit here and we can tiptoe around this is why you brought in Tyrod Taylor. If Tyrod keeps playing like this, you gave up a 3rd-round pick for Tyrod Taylor. So let's be honest. Everybody hated that, the Kenny Britt and said Kenny Britt was the worst free agency signing of all time. Well, you didn't give up a 3rd-round pick for him. So if Tyrod can only give you 2 games with this kind of play, if he continues this, is this actually a worse pickup than Kenny Britt? Let's be honest here.
Jeez.
Because that's a 3rd-round pick. That should be a good player, if not a starter. And we're talking about a bridge quarterback. You had guys out there like Teddy Bridgewater. You had guys out there, other quarterbacks on the market that you wouldn't have had to pay this kind of money, or you wouldn't have to throw any assets at to get. And this is what we're doing. And he comes out and he lays an egg. This is what people in Buffalo were talking about, and this is exactly what we got. You could tell arm strength is a problem with him because of the weather. So that's harsh words for Tyrod, but he deserves it. And this is pretty much his preseason play pushed to the regular season, because that's what he looked like in the preseason to me. Did you see anything different yesterday?
He also had an interceptable pass in overtime that probably would have ended the game. He was throwing to Njoku, who was open, and he floated it, and the safety came over, almost picked that off, and he might have went to the house with it. If not, they were deep in Browns territory at that point. That's not an interception on the books, but boy, that was a game ender.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm gonna cut him slack until I get to see this all 22. It comes out tomorrow morning. But if I see, because there was one play for sure where Jarvis Landry, it was a 3rd down, Jarvis Landry is running a dig route over the middle, and he is open, and Tyrod is holding the ball and not throwing it. If I see that, then I don't know what. This is exactly what the Bills coaching staff, why they pulled him out and they put in Nate Peterman when they were in a playoff run, because of stuff like that. This is what we're getting. This guy is a average quarterback at best. And we have a guy, whether you like it or not, nobody has any problem with us starting a free agent, undrafted rookie. Nobody has a problem if Denzel Ward's out there. Nobody has a problem if any other rookie's playing. But for whatever reason, if it's the rookie quarterback, because we've had years of PTSD built up in us because we had shitty quarterbacks before. Well, guess what? Mayfield isn't one of those. I don't know what else the kid has to show people to show you he's a damn good quarterback. We knew this coming out of college. He's done everything that he needed to do to this point. We're wasting our time. Last year, we play a guy that's not even close to ready. Hugh just throws him out there, and now we've done a complete 180, and we can't even put a guy out there who's been ready and who is obviously the better quarterback. It's maddening to me. But that's fine. Yeah. I'm going to go back. I'll watch the all 22. I'm going to watch the film like you always says. And if I see Tyrod missing it, I am going to be super critical when I come back here. I don't know what day we're recording next, but I'm going to be super critical. If I'm wrong, I will come back and I will eat my words, and I will tell you I was wrong because Tyrod had a good game. It was the shitty receivers. It sure as hell didn't look like that from the point of view, though, we had yesterday.
Yeah. Well, the Browns were 5 of 18 on 3rd down. We talked about it nonstop in the preseason that if it's going to be 3rd and 10 or 3rd and 8, what we got was a lot of short passes to Landry on 3rd and 15. There was a 4-yard pass to Njoku. 5 of 18 is not going to get it done over a course of the season. And we have to be so good on 1st and 2nd down to put this team into manageable 3rd down situations if Tyrod's a quarterback. I trust so much more Mayfield to be able to take his drop, put his foot in the ground, and throw it 10 yards when it's 3rd and 8 than I have any confidence in Taylor converting 3rd and long. It's just, I don't think we're going to get it. He converted a 3rd and 13 with his feet.
Yep,
They
that's the way he's going to do it.
3rd and 9 with a defensive holding, a 3rd and 10 with a Tyrod run. So, I mean, he created a couple first downs on his own, but I don't know, man. I don't know.
I want to see the passing chart, too, because it didn't seem to me like he was taking advantage of the middle of the field at all. Look, Landry had a nice game. He had 7 catches, 106 yards. Okay, he had 2 catches over 30 yards, I believe. He had a 33 and a 39, right?
Yeah.
Right? So that's good. If Jarvis Landry is getting plays over 20 yards, things are going well, because that's just not what he's really known for. He's not known for a guy that really stretches. So that's good on him. But this is 15 targets to Landry. 15. How many does Gordon have? 3. 3 targets to the best. Josh Gordon is the Myles Garrett of our offense. If he is playing, Josh Gordon has to have 15 targets. Or I'm not saying that it's even if you split it. If you need to take Landry down to 8 and you get Gordon 8 or something like that, you need to be closer in that range. You can't, and that's on Tyrod. That's on Tyrod to make sure that. Well, how many snaps did Gordon have? Was he off the field a ton?
Played 69 snaps.
So how many snaps did they have total? What did Landry
89.
have? Landry had 20 more snaps. Okay. So Landry only got 12 more snaps, and got the ball thrown to him 12 more times.
Yeah,
that's not good enough. That's I don't want to see. We need to see more Gordon, and it's fine that you're throwing the ball to Landry, Gordon, Njoku, Duke. This is the guys. Callaway had 1 target on the entire day. He didn't get a lot of snaps. You threw 40 passes, so you're trying to work it, but I don't know if it was the wind. It wasn't a nice day. Tyrod's arm obviously did not look strong at all. He underthrew, like we said, a ton of guys. It just seems like if we're going to come out here this next game, New Orleans, who just gave up 48 points to, what's his name? The bearded one out there.
Ryan Fitzpatrick.
Ryan Fitzpatrick. Of all quarterbacks, exactly. And Tyrod comes out and he plays anywhere near where he did with this last game against the Steelers. Steelers are good defense. Very good up front. Got some good pressure on them. You still have to convert some of these throws. You have to be way more accurate. You have to quit. There was one play, I wish I would have written it down, where he takes the snap. The protection's just fine. He just immediately starts fading to the right, just running. He runs straight out of the pocket, and then he's forced to throw the ball away. He doesn't let the play develop. He doesn't let his blocking do its job. He just completely took himself out of the play and threw it away. And when I go back and I see that all 22 on that play, I'll find exactly what play it is and I'll bring it up. I guarantee if he lets a play develop, somebody's going to be open. That's on Tyrod. That's not even the coach's fault. We can sit here and we can rag on these coaches. Greg Williams, like I said, terrible call on the one. I'm sure there was plenty of stuff when I go back and watch that I'm not going to like with Todd Haley.
I'll give you one of those problems right now. Duke has 6 targets out of the backfield, and they're almost all like screen passes and shit. And he's got 1 catch for 8 yards. Those should be easy completions. Tyrod, I've got the passing chart here. He's 9 of 19 underneath 10 yards.
So he had 6 passes, 6 for 21.
Yeah,
6 of 21 down past 10 yards.
Beyond 10.
Jeez, Pete. What?
2 of them are Landry, one of them's Higgins, and one of them's Gordon.
And what were we at, going back? I think Tyrod was like 5.9 or 6 yards per attempt in the preseason, and Baker was like 8.2. That's the difference that we're going to get out of those two. Baker's going to throw the ball down the field. Tyrod's going to be check down Charlie. We can sit here and we can baby Baker. We can do that. Oh, we got to coddle him. We got to make Baker feel, happy thoughts. We don't want to push him in there when it could be wrong because we got hurt before. We've been hurt before, so we're still going to be scared on our quarterback. Or we can just watch this shit. It's up to you. That's fine. We can do that. Okay, Hugh, it's fine. You can go lose your job. Keep playing the quarterback that's not as good. Go ahead, Hugh, because we don't want to be here. You to be here anyways. You've already ruined this. Okay, have a good day, sir. I want to win, man. So I want the best players to be out there. I've been saying that. Well, I've been saying that since the beginning. What have I said consistently? Play the best players at every position all the time, right? Play the best players.
Yeah.
That's all.
I mean, they're either telling us Mayfield's not ready or
he is ready. I mean, we know he's ready.
I think so as well. So we'll see what happens as we go forward with this. But we don't want to have a quarterback controversy. The quarterback controversy started when you drafted Mayfield. This has been a quarterback controversy.
This dude's here on a 1-year contract. Okay, John Dorsey can say a million times, well, we might think about signing him in October. You just never know. Okay, buddy. Isn't buddy boy. It's not fucking happening. So let's just get real. This dude is here just in case Mayfield wasn't ready. That's all he was here for. That's all he was here for. Yeah. Mayfield proved that, well, I know Hugh just gave him the backup job just last Saturday, but Mayfield obviously had shown that he's better than just earning the number 2 quarterback. All these other rookies are playing. Okay, Josh Allen gets in the end of his game. He'll probably be starting next week. You'll see. And these guys are nowhere near as ready as Baker. Meanwhile, we're the team that has a bunch of up-and-coming players who we're not ready. We're on the brink of being a playoff team, but we're not there. So this is your chance to get these guys experience. And he's sitting off to the side. It's fine. It's cool. It's cool. It's fun.
Yeah, we could probably talk about Tyrod for a while. The run game, Carlos Hyde, 62 yards on 22 carries. He scored once from the 1-yard line.
He had a couple of nice runs there. But way too often they didn't have anything going in the run game. So I don't know how much of that was Hyde's fault, how much of it was the offensive line. That's what we'll be able to take a look at when this all 22 drops tomorrow morning. I'll report back.
So from Hyde's carries, 16 carries to the right side of the line, 6 to the left. 16 carries to the right, 6 to the left. I'm not sure they trust Harrison yet in run blocking.
Well, they always say, I had heard that, I read something somewhere, like, I think it might have been a Pro Football Focus thing, and they were talking about your backside of your line, what causes more plays to be minus than what the front side of your line would be on run. So if you're running to the right, more often than not, you're taking hits from the opposite side, the guys that are blowing through and blowing up the runners, because you have pulling
coming
people
down the line.
Coming. You're pulling, let's say, a left guard, and then that guy shoots through. And I saw that happen. Desmond Harrison got beat on one specifically where Hyde lost to. That's rookie shit. He's got a cut. I think who was it? I think it was actually one of the inside linebackers, and he needs to just cut his guy, and the dude just blows right by him. So I don't know. I don't know why they did that. I'm sure there's a reason for it. Maybe they like running to Zeitler's side, like you said.
Yeah, not sure.
We'll have to keep an eye on that, see if that ends up being a steady thing.
Well, I mean, the Steelers also were heavy to the right as well. Connor was 19 off right side and 10 off left guard, only 1 off left tackle, where 6 went off the right tackle. So they're either avoiding Garrett there, or it's just teams like to run to the right. It could be either way there.
I would avoid Garrett. That's probably smart.
That is smart.
Other than that, that's exactly what I was going to say. We had 11 for 87 yards. The Steelers had 12 for 116. So both teams are going to be doing some up downs at practice this week, I think.
Heavily penalized. A lot of those Browns penalties were on special teams too. Jesus, every punt seemed like it was coming back for something.
What's the good part of our coaching staff?
I don't know.
Who's available? Can we do Coach Watch?
A tough day for special teams. It's sort of been a tough season for special teams. It's got to be cleaned up. Maybe it's a depth thing. We don't have enough players that we're running out.
Well, that's why you keep special teams guys, though. That's what I was saying. At some point, you can have we can have the deepest linebacker crew in the game. We can keep 6 fucking guys that played in the Super Bowl for all we care. But if none of them play special teams, then we're not really doing ourselves any good. You have to have at least average special teams to be a playoff team. I've studied that as well. You have to be at least average. If you are below average, that part of the game will kill you, and you will not end up being a playoff team. That's for sure. You got to stop the pass. You have to be able to pass, and you have to be at least average on special teams.
Yeah, that's probably got a lot to do with field position and then situational too. Anything else? You probably got to get out of here.
I do, unfortunately, because I do have to go. But yeah, we can get into some more of this later this week when we come back. How about that?
Yeah, after we watch the All-22.
Yes, sir.
But really about kind of what I expected out of the offense. I didn't think the offense was that good. They didn't prove to be that good. And the defense, unless they're going to get 6 turnovers every week and damn near score twice, giving the offense awesome field position all day, you've got to put up more than 21.
Well, yeah, I mean, we gave up.
The defense can't run them all in.
We gave up 472 yards, but that was on 5 quarters. There wasn't.
Yeah.
There, so.
19 fucking drives in this game per team. I mean, that's just crazy.
Yep.
80, 85 plays. That's a bonkers amount of plays. It's a lot of content.
Yep. And time of possession was pretty even. 34 minutes, 48 seconds for us, 35-12 for them. So that was even. It's just 6 turnovers to 1. Should be automatic win no matter what, unless you are just completely outmatched by the coaching staff. Because the players are not that outmatched. We have good players.
Before we go real quick, I just picked a random game. 12 drives. Team A has 237 yards passing, 90 yards rushing. Team B has 227 yards passing, 116 yards rushing. Pretty even. Both have the same amount of drives. Team A has 4 turnovers. Team B has 1 turnover.
Yep.
Take a wild guess who won.
1 turnover team.
Yep.
I mean, that's just you're going to do that. It's a super high. I wish I had it in front of me. Just by having 1 turnover more, your percentages go way up. And then you end up having 5 takeaways more and you can't get a victory. That's sick. 134, 2, and 1. 134 wins or 132 wins, 4 losses, and 1 tie by teams that are +5 in takeaways.
Yeah, crazy.
That one
All right,
tie
thanks, everyone.
happened yesterday. Yep, thank you so much.
Appreciate you listening. We're going to be back with some more once we get a look at the All-22, which is always fun for us. We'll probably be back on Thursday if we're lucky. That's our planned day. This was supposed to be out yesterday. We had all kinds of problems last night with the recording, so sorry about that. It will be out.
Went Brownsy
momentarily. Yep, went Brownsy on us. Twitter at STS Podcasts. Our email is survivingtheseason@gmail.com. Patreon.com/STS Podcasts to support the show. Shout out to our new supporter, Matthew Moore. Thank you for being part of the producers. To all of our producers, thank you so much. Road to Redemption has started with a tie.
That is fine.
Greg, tell them what we say.
Keep on surviving.